Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my LinkedIn Lives. I'm Jasmine Navarro, certified wellbeing expert, working with educational institutions and companies, helping them support their family wellbeing challenges. As you know, every week I interview different experts who make a difference. And today I'm super excited to be interviewing Dan again, about a year later. Dan, is it?
It is, yeah. And a year later with a lot of growth, both personally and professionally, seems like for both of us. So nice catch up.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for coming back. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, sure. I had a brief talk this morning, which actually about the same thing. So basically, I'm Dan. I was a shy introvert lad who was quite good at visualizing things. And when I went into the world of work, people were like, "How do I understand myself?" So by the age of 21, I did a few careers and became a self-development coach. No one knew what that was, but literally, it's understanding yourself and how you can communicate who you are. Because I had to do it for me. And then I used my visuals to take that into the world of work and became a business coach. Wrote a book, took that across the world a bit, and did consultancy with some small companies, big companies, entrepreneurs. And now I'm just Dan bringing my toolkit to the world, but also my voice as well. Not just hiding behind my what, but now bringing my who to the table as well.
Brilliant. No, I love our conversations, Dan, because they're always so thought-provoking. I remember our last conversation. It was just what I needed at that time. I really do believe things happen at the right time, don't they? but today you chose shifting your awareness and growing your perspective. Can you tell us what that means in basic terms, please?
Yeah.
And why you chose it for today?
Yeah, it sounds really, really clever, doesn't it? But the simplest thing is awareness is just literally what you pick up in the world. And it's almost like if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And awareness, we grow when we get older. And a lot of time with awareness is people think I have to be paying attention. A lot of time is standing back and actually growing, and actually there's more to life than what you first see. It's almost being in human life. So when you said about our last conversation was synchronistic in a way, but it's the same thing with
It
awareness.
was.
It's time and timing. And a lot of time is people with awareness, they think they have to be always aware of everything, and actually isn't. It's you just allowing. It's more of the getting out the way and allowing how you're feeling in the moment. Think about it as almost like music. We were talking about you dancing later. It's the dancing along with the music. You're just aware of, and you're just in the moment. A lot of people don't understand that they're naturally aware, but they're trying to be what they were taught to be. Hence, that's the perspective side. Is our perspective is normally down to what we were taught. So the analogy I usually use is like a doctor that's trained in cancer. If you go to them with a problem, they're going to see the lens through cancer. That's all they're going to see, the diagnostic. So it's like the color of the lens. If you change your perspective a bit and just kind of allow yourself to be literally the observer, you really see people not only for who they are, but what they could be. You don't judge them and go, they're their job, or I'm competing against them. You're allowing things to be more organic. Instead of coming from a place of fear, you're coming from a place of confidence.
Right. Okay. Well, you've said a lot there. There's a lot there to unpack. So let's we'll break it down because we want to simplify it, because I mean you're so full of knowledge and wisdom and insights. But I think one thing at a time is really useful as well, isn't it? Because we can get overwhelmed with everything. But no, that's fascinating. And I love everything you're saying, because also it sounds like you're saying about letting go.
That's the first thing. Like, first time you ever have a problem is admitting you have one, and that's the letting go phase. And
isn't it, when you admit it?
Yeah. So it's like in business, anything. People go, you go from blame to gain. You go, it's not my fault, and then you realise you're part of the solution, and that's when you start to free yourself up to possibilities. And that's when you coach people as well, is when they realise they can choose differently.
Right, wait, there's too many nuggets here. So blame to game. I love this. Blame to game. Okay, so let's start with, how can we make this simple? So imagine, we're feeling, for example, because shifting your awareness and growing your perspective, I think, is going to help in all sorts of areas, isn't it? So imagine you're feeling fed up. You can't be bothered. Nothing's going right.
Yeah.
Right. Now what do we do? We're feeling this. What do we do to shift
so
this?
The first thing is you realise you're upset. The thing that people do is they externalize it and think there's something happening to them. A lot of time is how they're reacting to what they perceive. So all they do is step away. A lot of time is that just stopping and creating a bit of separation or silence will half the problem. And they really understand is they're upset about something. Probably they're predicting it's going to happen. They're expecting pain because something's happened before. It's almost like an echo. A lot of people are triggered by things.
Yeah, or trigger. Could be a trigger from the past.
So when I said about fear, people are afraid because they're going to do something wrong or that's going to happen again. And actually, that's not what's happening. You're projecting. You're not seeing what's really going on, and your awareness is based on judgment. And your judgment is based on your past. If you pull it back a bit and just observe and when I'm upset and that has nothing to do with the situation happening on, that's something that I've brought to the table. And you realize you just need to allow yourself to be upset and let go. The situation is what it is.
Allow yourself to be upset. Yeah, that's okay. But then letting go. So because letting go is quite a complex. I mean, it's simple, but it's complex. It's just
the first bit of the letting go is letting you go of thinking a situation is causing you upset. It's you also bringing that to the table. That's triggered you. So that's one part. Second bit is your reaction to it.
So basically letting go could mean stop trying to find.
Yeah. So silence, separation, letting go.
That's
what I mean. It's you stopping the pattern. Everybody has learned behaviors.
Yes.
As you well know, and we carry them unconsciously in our life because that's what protects us, but also that's what limits us in life because we only see what we want to see based on those behaviors. And anything that comes to challenge that's uncomfortable, we want to either blame it or run away. It's fight or flight. So when you go from blame to game is when you go, actually, it's two sides. I can cheat. This can change if I change the way I look at it. So
the first thing, we feel the emotion. Yeah. We let go of trying to figure it out what's happening.
Control it, yeah, and don't project it.
We do. Okay, then what?
The second bit is just be still, because you realise your pattern and just stop. Because people think that solving a problem is all about the doing. A lot of the time is take your hand off the wheel and stop.
Oh, definitely.
And that's something that people don't realize that's a choice. They don't realize that non-doing is actually part of doing as well. Right. Just step away and just having a breath. 5 seconds, could be 10 seconds, depends whatever it is. You got stuff like people use mindfulness and stuff, but that's still in a doing phase. But think of stuff like grounding. Okay, a lot of people that I know live in their head because that's where the world exists, right? So how do you come back to you? I need more stuff. No, you're living up here. The only way to do is stop is put your feet on the ground. And now you've got a direct experience. You're going, I'm here. I'm seeing what everything's. I'm afraid because something's happened, and I'm in blame mode. Stop. Oh, that's not what's happening. Now I'm in a place where I can be calm and choose and see the world for what it is. So a lot of people have got all this noise in their head, and that's what's coming out.
Definitely. And is it Macy? Do you know Macy?
Yeah. Get on, Jay.
Hi, how are you doing? He says, you're making me feel like I'm watching another TED Talk. Great to tune in to what you're sharing. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you everybody else for joining. If you have any questions about this topic, please let us know. Dan is your man. But that completely makes sense. And actually, in a way, it could actually be a lot easier than we think, yeah?
Yeah.
I guess everything is what we think anyway, but
I think the best thing to look at is almost like look at things in life that are very calm, like cats, right? They're great meditators, right? What are they reacting to? They don't really care, right? Other than you play with them. So look at stuff that calms you down, not stimulates you back up. Because a lot of people, again, it's the doing bit. Slow down. Once you slow down, you give yourself time, and don't move from one noise to another noise, because a lot of the time is people don't know what's coming at them, and they just live in that kind of echo chamber. And you just go again, grounding, just stop.
Yeah.
That's gone. Put your feet on the ground and you realize you're okay. You just do 2 things.
No, I love what you're saying about the stopping, the pausing, the letting go. And I completely agree with all of that, and I'm really learning to embody all of that now. It really is sometimes less is more. Yeah. But what about, because we do have to take some action as well.
Yeah.
I think. But so what do we do? Do we take one action, then we let go, then we take another action and let go? How long do we wait till we take the next action?
I think you need to listen to yourself, because most people think action is doing, and actually they're just reacting against learned behaviors.
Okay.
So if you just stop, you get a chance to choose your action. In other words, you go, do I do something here? Do I need to say something? It's like in a conversation. People now are so intense, they want to say too much, but they're not really saying anything. They just feel like they have to fill a gap. It's like a tennis match. Slow down, less is more.
Yeah.
And you realize you don't need to shout to make your point.
Oh,
And
so true.
a lot of the time is people know what's their voice is telling them inside themselves, but they get stuck and they just have to shoot stuff. Hence, that's reactive. They're not in a space where they feel comfortable, because their awareness is looking at all the threats and actually not realizing they're okay. And the choice comes from the fact of you're coming from a place of confidence, going, no, this is who I am. You're not going, oh, that's what I think I need to do. You're almost changing the behavior. It's called empowerment. You're the one making the choice. You're not just doing what you've learned to do.
Mm.
It takes time, because you have to unlearn stuff, but it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. It takes years. I think it could take years.
Yeah.
I've got a question here on Instagram. Who or what has helped you see the world through a wider lens?
Multiple people. Your greatest teachers are the 5 people closest to you. So mine is probably my father and my mom. They're very opposite people. My dad's an engineer, very left brain, and my mom's very right. They don't communicate the same. But my mom's Portuguese and my dad's English Brummie. So you can't get culturally different, and I'm in the middle. So I got to see the world not based on one colour. I got to see for who they are, not what they told me they were. So you go into a world and you realise you're Jasmine doing a job, not, oh, you're a well-being expert and you're called Jasmine. In England, that's the culture, is you are what you say you are. Go to Portugal and it's like, come into my home and eat my food because you're family. It's very culturally different. So you start seeing the world without labels. So
I know. I think when you grow up with 2 cultures, then it's a whole other thing.
Way, but then you get to choose how you see the world, because that's how they see the world. How you see it is differently. But when you go for yourself with the coaching stuff that I've had to do, is you have to practice what you preach. It all starts with you. So my stuff was never go to a course and repeat it. It was like going, I'll apply it to me, and then I've got the knowledge, the knowing, because through doing, to bring it out. But it's all down to me getting out of my own way and stop trying to see things what I expected to be there. And your awareness, you realize you see a lot more, and allow things to happen. So when things go wrong, don't think, oh my God, it's go wrong. Just breathe out, ground yourself, and you may realize something else is better is going to happen in life. But it's how you react to it. Sometimes things are not meant to go your way for better things to come along, or to reveal something about yourself. All that life does, it knocks on your door, and who answers? You. And you could answer just the same person each time. Allow things to reveal themselves to you. You're going to be upset, but why are you upset? That's the awareness. It's like, it's me, part of the equation. There's a conversation here. Without Jasmine, Dan's just talking to the ether. So I'm learning as you're talking, as same as me. And that's where the awareness.
You're learning from your talking as well. I mean, because we learn from
But that's where the awareness comes away. It's I'm not trying to be someone. I'm just being Dan. But my awareness allows me just to be here with you and with coaching people. But that's become I don't identify myself as something. I accept people for who they are. So hence my awareness is more non-judgmental. And that allows me to help more wider people and not really get in the way. A lot of the times is we're trying to do the right thing, and actually just being is probably the right thing to do. Give people space and time.
Yeah, you mentioned about getting in your own way a few times. So what does that mean for you? Like being in your own way and getting out of your way. Like how does that look for you?
For me, it's probably self-expectations. When you're good at something and the world kind of sees you as that, you see that as your only value. And that's when you that's who you turn up at every situation because that's a comfort, because you can control it. Once you know you can do something and the world says, yeah, that's who you are, you get trapped. And for me to be Dan, the best version of me, which is understanding that's just part of me. And also don't get trapped into understanding that that's all I am. Because once you do something good, you feel good. But you need to understand that who you are grows, and that's just a one piece. Go forward. And who you are is more important than what you do. So whatever you do, don't let it get in your way to be the best of you.
Mm.
Because you can always learn a new what. You just have to allow that to happen.
Yeah. Okay. How do you allow it to happen?
Probably get annoyed with yourself enough. Probably because you have to realize you have to just stop and just breathe out and go, I don't like doing this anymore. We all have to. It's like admitting there's a problem.
Yeah, admit, acknowledge.
Yeah, and also acknowledging the fact that you're not always right, especially in your own head. Just because it worked one time and it's worked 10 times doesn't mean it's going to work all the time. So just be you, and just say, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm feeling. Once you release that final answer, you realize you're more powerful than you know. That we're all humans, just trying to figure out our way through this.
Exactly. I think none of us know what we're really. What's really happening.
Have gone, hey, this helped, and then we pass that on, and that's all that coaching is. No one has the final answer. It's literally going, here's a bit of wisdom. Here's a bit of me telling you through my own story. Pass it on. I look at it as pebble drops. That's why I do these interviews. Is I'm going, Jasmine's another good person I can play tennis with. And naturally, we may get a few rallies in, but allowing other people to realise they can do that too, just through our story and voice.
I love that. We've got another question on Instagram from Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. She says, what helps you to know when it's time to shift your perspective, and when is it okay to hold your ground?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a hard question, actually.
Well, I've learned over the years something, so like an intuition tells me over the years, but I had to learn how to understand that. Something tells me that I'm getting uncomfortable with something, so a change is either I'm ready to grow or something I need to change the situation.
Exactly, because sometimes it's good. Fear can be our best friend, yeah?
So the thing that helped me, that I used in a few sessions with people recently, is I got comfortable being uncomfortable, if that makes sense. So when I'm feeling I don't label it and go, I don't want that. I know it's trying to tell me something, but I may not be consciously aware of what that means. I just listen and breathe out and go, okay, I'm a bit sad there, or something's going on. I acknowledge it and now to move on. I don't have to. It's not like an email that comes and needs to be replied. I just go, okay, right, something's telling me. And then when I'm ready, I go, right, I'll either write that down or somewhere when I'm ready to pick it up. But you realize you're more smarter than you think you are, because your brain is just one part of it. You're picking up different things. But I allow myself to kind of see the scenarios I'm in. And when things start getting painful in the wrong way, I'm going, am I making this choice from which place? And if it's from outside of me, trying to be something I'm not, I realize, give my permission to leave. And I use the no scenario, which is not rejecting, it's next opportunity. You outgrow things and outgrow people, outgrow situations. You need to understand that and give yourself permission to go, I don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to do something else. You just need to know when to leave.
And so in a simple answer, that's a brilliant answer, but in a simple, let's keep it simple. So if you want to shift your perspective, so to know, so if it feels, because you said about uncomfortable, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, which I love that. So what helps you know when it's time to shift your perspective?
So it's a bit of mental. It's a bit of my skill set because I visualize stuff.
Oh, so you visualize, yes.
That's part of my learning process. So when I shift my perspective is when I start seeing opportunities, or the stuff that's curious. So when I start shifting my perspective, I'm going, I've seen that too many times, and then something moves where it's challenged me, and I go, what's that over there? And it could be simply like a book, or a bit of music, or a YouTube video, but actually it's just a bit I'm not seeing the full picture here. I'm using what I know, and it's limiting my view. And someone may challenge you and go, "I see it a different way," and you're going, "Oh, I'll allow you. I'll allow to listen to that, and it broaden your horizon. It may be not what you believe in, but you don't need that. They're showing you a wider scope of potentially what you didn't see." And I've
Yeah.
seen that from me because people will tell you as you go through coaching stuff how you made them feel, and they'll tell you a bit about yourself, going, "No, I didn't like that bit. That hurts." But then they'll tell you a bit of which you think that you didn't even do, and there you grow again, and you realise as a person you're full of different flavors, and you just have to be you. But don't get trapped into seeing the world through one lens because it's comfortable. Again, be comfortable being uncomfortable.
And normally, how you see one thing, you use that energy to see most things, don't you? How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah, it's the paintbrush, and especially when coaching is because it gives you ability to understand the world and people. You can use it as a crutch. Not everybody's a pattern. Not everybody's that language. Allow people to be that and give and say that's a tool. And that's the thing about shifting perspective is allow you to be the observer. Don't allow the tool to dictate that. And we
Yeah.
can fall back into that because it's comfortable. Again, be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we have to get used to that, don't we? Being uncomfortable. It's the only way to grow, I guess. There's another question here, which is quite a funny question, actually. Hi, Paul. How you doing? He says, "You're hosting a dinner party. One guest is your current self,
Right, my current self, right?
and the other is your past self.
Right.
What's the conversation like?"
Oh, well, that could be someone last year or whatever. Probably for me, it was
Yeah.
my past self going, "Get out your own head."
Oh,
Would be
really?
the first bit of advice. And so that'll be the first one. And the other bit is, don't you realise you're enough?
Oh, okay.
Because
I think I'd have that a similar
yeah,
conversation. Yeah, carry on.
because and also the other bit is, uh, what you do is a form of love. It doesn't need to be validated,
Oh, brilliant.
right? And the other bit is, you already know what you don't know. It may sound a bit cryptic, this, but I realised in life as I went along, no one told me that I knew anything. I figured it out and went along, and I was like going, "Oh, you knew that? That's a bit weird." Because I visualized stuff. I didn't realize that was 10 years ago I already wrote it or something. So
Amazing.
it's never seeing something outside myself to validate who I am.
Oh, I love that. That's so powerful. And
So
I love
yeah, the power
and
is there, not there.
yeah. And I love visualizations as well. I think that is, if you can tap into just visualizing, you can get to know yourself. Well, you just get to know yourself on another level, don't you, really?
It's a form of self-talk, but people use that self-talk as almost like a dialogue, and it isn't. It's think of it as a song. It's your music that's singing in you, and you just need to find the instrument to get it out. We all have that
Yes.
thing.
Way.
I was
Yeah.
not born with the artistic thing, but I've got an ability to simplify complex things. That's just my way of experiencing life. That's my input,
Yeah.
process, output, and I've just used that in coaching and business and life for me. That's my music, and
Definitely.
and I've just
Yeah.
found a voice to that now, winging out the
Now,
other.
what if somebody doesn't know how to find? Because I think for me as well, visualizing and intuition is something that I really use to help me with everything. How can people find out what their thing is? Is there a way, or you just think they'll find it when?
No, I think a lot of time is there's clues in your story. You just haven't looked and realized
Mm,
all along there's hints. So a lot of people from a young age did stuff naturally, but they've unlearned it because that's not the world told. They said, "Oh, you can't do
yeah.
art, be an accountant," and they've just said that's not what I am. I have to be something else. And a lot of the
Mm,
time, you got a big heart. Everyone has a big heart, but it's got hurt along the way. Go to the place where you felt free and you were loving from the inside out. You just did it because you did it, like the dancing, right? That's a form of love. That's a love language, right? That's going nowhere. That's just coming through you, right? So people that like draw but were told don't draw because it's not going to lead anywhere, just spend some time with a pen and paper and get out of
mm,
the way and listen to music and do stuff and see what happens.
yeah.
or listen to music and
Right.
then go, and then they start just doing this, and you're like going, okay, right, that's a clue. If
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
stop trying to figure out what you're meant to be doing and just give you time
Oh
to just
yeah.
like a child, watch them with Lego, right, and see what they do. They bring the art to it. There's no right answer. Just find your artist inside. But a lot of it is just give yourself a bit of patience and just say,
Yes, I love that.
it's all right.
Patience and time, and just have a little bit of time. Like you said, spend 5 minutes with yourself. Get to know yourself.
Yeah, go out on a
Um,
walk and not have so much stuff in your ears. Just actually look around. Get your head up off, look up at the ground, and go right. Oh, it's sunny. Most people don't look up. They're too busy doing, and they're not
oh, I look up.
being.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
being. And once you do that, you realise you're okay.
I love that. It's simple things. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Very
don't have to.
simple.
We can add complex stuff behind it, but it's you're experiencing the world, not the other way around.
Yeah. And if anybody has any comments or questions, please let us know. But no, yeah, no, it's really interesting, Dan. And I think, again, everything comes back to, like, I really do believe, any problem we have in life, any challenge, anything that we're going through, everything comes back to, okay, what do I need to work on? How can I find the answer in me? That's why investing in ourselves emotionally, mentally, any way that we invest in ourselves is going to be a winner, isn't it?
You're the biggest asset in your own life. People think things will protect them,
Yeah.
but end of the day, you're the only constant in your life.
Yep.
If you're looking at life and quantifying it based on how much you have, then that's something you can't control. Come back and go, am I okay? Am I not okay? Okay, listen. It's okay not to be okay. Again, be comfortable, be uncomfortable. And
Yes. Yes.
then just find your voice. Not everyone has to tell you, the right thing. Just allow
Yeah.
yourself to find your voice and play your music. Go dancing.
Definitely. Yes, I agree. Right, we're running out of time now, Dan.
Mhm.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Before we go, thank you so much for coming on again. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to say, and how can people find you?
Yeah, sure. You can find me on LinkedIn or go on my website, danunderwood.me.
Put that on the post.
Yeah.
Put the website and everything on the post. Yeah.
At the end of the day, with shifting your awareness and growing your perspective, it all starts with just you going from looking at something to seeing something. Just when you start kind of feeling uncomfortable, just stop and just go, and you realize things come into focus. You just don't allow yourself to see fear all the time. And realize you're okay. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But it starts with you.
Starts with you. And I love what you said. Just spend 5 minutes by yourself, listen to music, write something, just get in contact.
Just be you. Most people just go, oh, I want to sit on the grass and play with the grass. I'm like going, do it.
Do it. Do it. Exactly. Even if people laugh at you or don't agree, doesn't matter. Do it.
That gives you strength.
Right.
Yeah, that gives you strength.
No, I love that, Dan. Amazing. If anyone has any questions about this topic, please message Dan or put a comment on the post. We would love to hear from you. It's such a fascinating topic, which never ends. And yeah, but no, thank you so much, Dan. And thank you, everybody, for watching. I will see you next week with a different expert and a different topic.
Fantastic.